think you know who the king of this land is? Forget everything you've seen in textbooks. At Kruger, the line between hunter and prey can flip in a heartbeat. This is where primal power reigns supreme. As the sun dips lower toward the horizon, Kruger National Park enters a critical phase of physical transition. Light travels through a thicker layer of the atmosphere, triggering Rayleigh scattering, which filters out short blue wavelengths and leaves only long red and orange wavelengths to coat the plains. This spectral shift is more than an aesthetic phenomenon. It is a powerful biological signal. For herbivores, the ability to perceive shapes and distances begins to degrade as color contrast becomes saturated. This is the hour of peril, where the predator's senses begin to dominate, thanks to their specialized retinal architecture designed for low light efficiency. In the shadows of the acacia thickets, the army of muscle begins to stir. Lions are specialists in energy optimization, spending up to 20 hours a day in a state of rest to conserve ATP, reserves for moments of explosive action. As the ambient temperature drops, their metabolic cycle shifts from static to dynamic. This stretch is a complex mechanical process. Muscle fibers are elongated to enhance blood circulation, preparing for sprints that demand immense thrust. Each bundle of muscle rolling beneath the hide is a testament to an anatomical structure refined over millions of years to execute breathtaking, high-impact tackles. Deep within the king's retina lies a masterpiece of evolution, the tapetum lucidum. This biological mirror situated behind the retina reflects light back through the photoreceptors, allowing the lion to maximize the utility of even the faintest photons of the twilight. As the pupils dilate to their maximum capacity, their light-gathering ability becomes 6 times greater than that of a human. In low-light environments, the world appears to the lion in high contrast, transforming hazy grass thickets into a sharp spatial map, where even the slightest movement of prey becomes as clear as broad daylight. Before launching the campaign, the pride engages in vital social rituals such as grooming and head rubbing. This behavior is not merely an expression of affection, but carries strategic biological significance: the unification of the pride's scent. Blending pheromones allows members to identify teammates in the dark, preventing accidental attacks during the chaos of a hunt. This process establishes an invisible communication network, where chemical bonding becomes the foundation for the extremely precise, tactical coordination exhibited by these master hunters. Through the golden dust of the late afternoon, the hunters have identified the weakest link. The law of nature is a process of relentless elimination for individuals lacking physical fitness. A young buffalo is exhibiting signs of injury in its hind leg joint, disrupting the movement rhythm of the entire herd. In the mathematics of survival, this is the optimal target, offering high protein yield with the lowest energy expenditure. Lions do not hunt blindly. They analyze deviations in movement to seek opportunities, turning a minor injury into a death sentence in the wild world. The hunt begins with a terrifying stillness. The lionesses branch out in a semicircular formation, pressing their bellies to the dry earth to eliminate shadows. This is a display of perfect visual camouflage. Their tawny coats blend seamlessly into the sun-scorched grass under the twilight glow. By moving against the wind, they completely neutralize the buffalo's keen sense of smell. Every movement now is a millimeter-perfect calculation, silently penetrating the death zone without causing even a single ripple across the dry blades of grass. A lion's stealth relies on sophisticated mechanical engineering. Their paw pads are composed of thick, soft layers of fatty and connective tissue, capable of completely absorbing acoustic impulses upon contact with the ground. Crucially, the suspended shoulder structure, not bony attached to the ribcage, allows them to lower their bodies maximally without shifting their center of gravity. Every muscle fiber is now taut, like a coiled steel spring, storing immense elastic energy ready to be converted into kinetic force in a single, space-piercing lunge. As the distance closes to under 15 meters, the lion's sympathetic nervous system triggers a state of peak arousal. Adrenaline floods the bloodstream, dilating the bronchi to maximize oxygen delivery to the muscles. At this moment, tunnel vision sets in. The lion's brain filters out all peripheral noise and imagery, focusing exclusively on the target and the shortest attack trajectory. The leaking saliva is a biological reflex, as digestive enzymes are stimulated by the proximity of the protein source. This is the moment when nature's most perfect biological machine prepares to unleash its full destructive power. A short guttural roar erupts like a tactical command. This is an extremely effective psychological weapon, causing a momentary paralysis of the prey's nervous system. The spreading panic shatters the buffalo herd's defensive formation. In the chaos, the injured calf makes a fatal mistake. It detaches from the herd's protection and runs directly toward the thicket where the hunters are lying in wait. Isolation is the final step in the lion's strategy. Without the protective horns of its kin, the prey is now merely a mass of flesh exposed to the face of death. The lightning-fast lunge occurs with absolute precision. The first lioness utilizes the immense thrust from her hind legs to leap onto the prey's back. Claws up to 10 centimeters long, sharp as razors, dig deep into the buffalo's thick hide, forming solid anchor points to pull down a creature twice her body weight. The collision between the two muscular masses generates a powerful physical shock, kicking up clouds of red sunset dust. This is a confrontation between maximum kinetic energy and intense survival instinct, where every millimeter of claw embedded in flesh is a step closer to the final blow. The battle does not end in an instant. Driven by an unyielding survival instinct, the buffalo lunges into sharp thorn bushes in an attempt to dislodge the enemy from its back. This is a prolonged contest of physical endurance, exhausting the strength of both sides. Despite being scratched by thorns, the lioness clings on tenaciously, seeking an opportunity to deliver a suffocating bite to the throat. Nature's brutality is most evident in the hunter's cold persistence and the prey's tragic struggle. In the midst of dust and blood, the line between life and death is separated by only a single breath. As the young buffalo's life is measured in mere seconds, a sudden seismic phenomenon shakes the earth. From the horizon, a massive pillar of red dust rises, signaling the return of an unstoppable force. The buffalo herd has decided to turn back for a historic rescue. The thunderous stampede of thousands of animals transforms the lion's triumph into a new form of dread. The lead lioness is executing the throat-locking bite, the ultimate weapon of the big cats to end life. Her steel-like jaws are locked onto the prey's neck, creating immense pressure to completely sever the flow of oxygen to the lungs. The muscle fibers in the lioness's face and neck bulge with intensity, showing a chilling focus and relentless persistence. The young buffalo continues to toss its head in a futile struggle, but its movements weaken as the shadow of suffocation begins to take hold. In this moment, nature offers no room for mercy, only the ruthless operation of the laws of survival. The buffalo herd begins to shift like a colossal war machine. Without a moment's hesitation, thousands of individuals turn in unison, creating a black vortex churning across the Kruger savanna. The momentum of a collective stampede generates seismic tremors that predators can feel clearly through the ground. Thousands of tons of muscle and sharp horns are charging with unstoppable force. The twilight light piercing through the thick clouds of dust creates a majestic and tragic scene where the power of the multitude is preparing to challenge every law of big cat dominance. The pride's focus is completely shattered by the vibrations from the ground. Through the red dust of late afternoon, they realize a terrifying reversal of fortune. The hunters are now at risk of being crushed under tens of thousands of hooves. The lioness's gaze shifts from triumph to tense calculation. Adrenaline surges, causing her shoulder muscles to tremble before a wall of horns charging at a terrifying speed. In nature's hierarchy, this is a rare moment where the king of the grasslands feels small and vulnerable before an unstoppable collective fury. The vanguard bulls approach the target with the power of muscle masses weighing nearly a ton. Without a shred of mercy, they lower their heads, turning their massive horns into lethal biological spears. The first impact releases a massive surge of energy, forcing the lions to release their prey to avoid having their ribs crushed. This is an organized counterattack, where the strongest individuals act as biological armored vehicles, ready to sacrifice themselves to save the weakest member of the herd. All rules of big cat dominance are shattered before the power of kinship. The climax of the revenge unfolds when a bull delivers a decisive toss. Utilizing explosive power from its neck and shoulder muscles, it flings a lioness into the air like a harmless toy. This image represents the complete collapse of the invincible predator icon. The king of the savannah is now the victim of a perfect physical strike, spinning in the air before the eyes of the entire herd. In that moment, nature rewrote the definition of power. It is not always the hunter who holds the right to life and death, but collective unity that is the ultimate authority. Realizing they cannot withstand the force of thousands of tons of flesh and horns, the pride is forced to retreat in total chaos. The proud hunters are now concerned only with escaping to save their lives. They flee into the dense thorn thickets, where feline agility is the only ticket to escaping the pursuit of the giants. The battle ends as swiftly as it began, leaving behind a scene filled with trampled tracks and the scent of churned earth. This is a costly lesson in the limits of individual power against the unbreakable bond of the herd. in the heart of Kruger, a miracle of survival has occurred. The young buffalo, seemingly on the brink of death under the lion's jaws, stumbles to its feet from the black mud. Though bearing deep wounds from claws, a fierce vitality still flows strongly through its veins. The herd gathers around, forming a solid wall of flesh to protect the member who has just returned from the abyss. These social interactions confirm that in this harsh world, herd bonding is not just a tactic, but the most powerful weapon to face death and ensure the continuation of the species. As the dust gradually settles and the twilight fades completely, the buffalo herd continues its stoic yet proud journey. They walk like warriors newly returned from a great battle, bearing the scars of survival on their hides. The sun sets fully, making way for the first stars to begin shimmering in the Kruger sky. A brutal chapter has closed, yet the pulse of wildlife never ceases. Kruger returns to the stillness of night, where new stories of courage are silently being written beneath the starlight.